other conditions may vary. That according to the situation of the place where they are cultivating, that according to the climate, we are fixing the crops which we need to cultivate there. So kharif crops like paddy and cotton are grown in rainy season. Paddy and cotton are kharif crops and they are grown in rainy season. But rabi crops like wheat and mustard are grown in winter season. So according to seasonal change, crops also changes. So first we need to study about the seasonal change. Then we adopt a technology or adopt a technique that suits with the season. And then only we can cultivate the crops which are best suited for that climate. Then surely we will get good product. So we will get good result. That all things we can do to improve the food variety, or the ways in which improvement of food variety can done, or what are the variety to improve crop management, or what are the variety to improve food variety. These all points you can write as the answer of these questions. Okay. What are the desirable characteristics of crop plants? We need to discuss about desirable characteristics of crop plants. What are characters should a crop plant, should a crop contains or has to be maintained? So first desirable character is that increased yield. We should get maximum yield. Otherwise, the crop should have of no use. If it is giving less yield, then why be cultivating this? So first desirable character is that it should give increased yield. The second one is that improved quality. Not at all we are describing about, not at all we are running towards high productivity, but the product should have quality. If we are getting lots and lots of results, lots and lots of products, the result is very, very, very high, but the quality is very less, then people will not accept it. People will not buy it. We too will not buy it. So with increased yield, the products should maintain improved quality also. It should provide or it should maintain improved quality also. Then the third character is that resistance to biotic and abiotic factors, especially those harming the plant. So the crop should have a particular resistance that may be biotic or abiotic factors that can cause harm to the plant. So towards these biotic or abiotic factors, those harming the plant, the crop should give a resistance. The crop should maintain a resistance. Crop should always itself have a resistance towards these factors which are harming the plant. Next is reduction in duration of plant maturity. Reduction in duration of plant maturity. If the plant matures in less time, then it will give good result. Broad range adaptability of the crop plant under various environmental conditions. So under various environmental conditions, this crop should be adaptable. So you all know that we cannot predict the climatic change, or we cannot predict the environmental conditions. It may change suddenly. It may change abruptly. So for these changes, the crop should adapt. That adaptability is a desirable character. Next is variety improvement may be done for one or several of these characters. Variety improvement may be done for one or several of these characteristics. So on the basis of these characters, variety improvement may be done. We have to improve the varieties. We have to improve the varieties. If we are having wide range of varieties, we can use that varieties which are having these desirable qualities. So these are the desirable characters of a crop plant. So our next topic is cattle farming. So we need to study in detail about what do you mean by cattle farming. In India, we know that cows and buffaloes are used for draught labor and producing milk and are called draught animals or milch animals. So in India, cows and buffaloes are mainly used for draught labor and producing milk. So they are generally known as draught animals or milk animals. Long lactation period is a desirable quality. So for cattle farming, when we are selecting our breed, long lactation period is a desirable quality. So if it is giving milk for a long period of time, then it is a good quality. Exotic breeds showing long lactation is crossbreed with local breed showing resistance to disease. So one breed having long lactation period is breeded with local one having resistance to diseases. So when we breed these together, we get an offspring having quality of long lactation and having the quality of resistance to disease. For good health and milk production, proper cattle management is required, such as shelter, feeding, breeding, and disease control. So when we are rearing this cattle or cattle farming is done, we need to check the health and the conditions of the farm. So for good health and milk production, for good health of this cattle, only if they are healthy, then they will provide us milk. So for maintaining this good health, we need proper cattle management. That simply means we need to check the shelter, feeding process, breeding process, and disease control regularly. The cattle shelter should be well ventilated, hygienic, and dry. The place where we are keeping this cattle, that's what the cattle shelter. That shelter should be well ventilated. That shelter should have proper ventilations and highly hygienic and dry. Cattle food should include roughage and concentrates in balanced amount. When we are giving food to cattle, we are regularly giving food to them. Only if they are healthy, then only we get good milk. So the food should include roughage and concentrates in balanced amount. The roughage and concentrate should be in a balanced amount. If this balance is not maintained, then the food we give will not give us better results. So for better results and for better health condition of our cattle, the food should include roughage and concentrates in balanced amount.